It was a cold, rainy night in New York City, the kind that makes the streetlights shimmer on the wet pavement and turns every breath into fog. Inside a small 24-hour diner on 7th Avenue, Lena, a tired but kind-hearted waitress, was finishing her shift. Her sneakers squeaked against the greasy floor, and her apron smelled faintly of coffee and fried eggs. The diner was almost empty, except for one man sitting quietly in the corner booth, tall, well-dressed, but strangely distant, staring out the window like he didn't belong in this world. Lena noticed he hadn't touched most of his meal, a burger, fries, and a half-empty cup of black coffee. She hesitated before approaching him, her voice gentle. "Hey, you okay? You didn't eat much." The man looked up, eyes tired and hollow. "Yeah, just not hungry, I guess." When he stood up to leave, he left a few crumpled bills on the table and walked out into the rain, his expensive shoes splashing through puddles. Something about him felt lonely. As Lena wiped down the table, she glanced at the untouched food inside. Her manager always told her to throw leftovers away, but she hated wasting food, especially when she knew what hunger felt like. After closing up, she packed the leftover meal into a small takeout box and stepped outside. Across the street, an old homeless man named Jerry was sitting by the alley, shivering under a damp blanket. Lena walked over and smiled. "Hey Jerry, got something for you tonight." His face lit up. "God bless you, Lena. You're an angel." She laughed softly. Just trying to make the world a little less hungry. What she didn't know, what she couldn't have known, was that the man who had left that meal behind wasn't just another customer. He was Ethan Cole, one of the city's youngest billionaires, a man known for his ruthless business empire and cold-hearted decisions. He'd been sitting in that diner that night, hidden beneath his worn coat, trying to remember what life felt like before money made him forget how to be human. That night, as Ethan drove away in his luxury car, he caught a glimpse in his rearview mirror, Lena handing his untouched food to a homeless man, smiling as if she had given him the world. For the first time in years, Ethan felt something stir inside him. The next morning, Lena was halfway through her morning coffee when she heard a sharp knock on her apartment door. Confused, she opened it, and nearly dropped her mug. Standing there was a man in a crisp black suit. "Miss Lena Parker?" Yes?" He handed her an envelope. "I represent Mr. Ethan Cole. He'd like to see you." Her heart skipped. "The billionaire?" "Yes, ma'am. His driver is waiting outside." Lena froze. She thought it had to be a mistake. Why would a billionaire want to meet a waitress from a diner? But something inside her, curiosity, maybe fate, pushed her to go. When she arrived at the tall glass building downtown, her knees nearly gave out. The office was enormous, overlooking the whole city. Ethan Cole sat behind a mahogany desk, but this time he wasn't the man from the diner. He looked sharper, colder, like someone from a different world. He stood up slowly. "You probably don't remember me," he began. Lena blinked. "The man in the diner." He nodded. "Yes. I saw what you did. You gave that food, my food, to someone who needed it more. You didn't know anyone was watching. You didn't expect anything in return." She blushed. It was just a small thing. Anyone would have done the same. He smiled faintly. "No, not anyone." There was a long silence before Ethan walked to the window. "I've spent my life surrounded by people who only take. And last night, for the first time in a long time, I saw someone give, without expecting anything back. You reminded me what humanity looks like." Lena didn't know what to say. Her heart pounded as he turned around, his eyes softer now. "I want to make you an offer," Ethan said. "Help me start something. A foundation, for people like Jerry. You run it. I'll fund everything. You have the heart, I have the means." Tears welled up in her eyes. "Me? I'm just a waitress." "No," he said gently. "You're the kind of person this world needs more of." Over the next few months, Lena's life changed completely. She quit the diner and began running the Heart Plate Foundation, a charity that provided meals and job training to the homeless. Every day she worked side by side with people who had been forgotten, and every night, Ethan would quietly show up, sleeves rolled up, helping serve food without cameras or headlines. But the story wasn't just about money or charity. It was about how two broken people, one who had everything but meaning, and one who had nothing but kindness, healed each other's hearts. Lena taught Ethan that wealth wasn't power, it was responsibility. And Ethan helped Lena see that even small acts of compassion could spark something far greater than she ever imagined. 1 year later, the diner where it all began held a small celebration. Jerry was there, smiling wide in a new jacket, working as a cook thanks to Lena's foundation. The sign outside read, "Free meals every Sunday, because kindness feeds the soul." As the night ended, Ethan raised a toast. "To the waitress who gave away a meal, and reminded me what it means to be human." Lena laughed through her tears. "To the billionaire who learned to share." The crowd clapped, the lights glowed warm, and the rain outside had turned to soft snow, quiet, peaceful, full of hope. And as the camera zooms out, a voiceover says softly, "Sometimes the smallest act of kindness can change more lives than you'll ever know." If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs a little hope, and subscribe for more stories that remind us, humanity still exists.